It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go!
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
We're now joined in the infield media center by today's winner, the Best Buy 400, benefiting Student Clubs for Autism Speaks, driver of the number 18 Combos Toyota, Kyle Busch. Also note that this is the first time that Toyota has swept a three-race weekend. Kyle, tell us about your run.
Yeah, it was a good run for us. Definitely, we had a great race car here today with the Combos Toyota, and Steve Addington made some great race calls there, adjusting air pressures and some wedge and stuff like that, just trying to make the thing a little bit better. And we were able to get to the right place at the right time and when it mattered most. So that's, got to give a lot of credit to the pit crew today. They did such a great job on pit road, and they were pretty phenomenal. So can't say enough about the guys at the shop, but I'd still have to say that Carl and Greg definitely had a car to beat today, and we were just able to capitalize on pit road a little bit better than they were and get out front and kind of keep our momentum going and keep it up front.
We're joined also by today's winning crew chief, Steve Addington. Steve, tell us a little bit about today's strategy and your view from on top of the box.
Well, when the race started, I didn't think we had a very good race car, and neither did he. I mean, the Roush cars, they drove away from us, and it just kept tuning on the race car, working on it, and trying to make it better and make him happy with it. And the way we got ahead was just great pit stops, green flag stops. I think those guys busted off 12-second stops every time we were on pit road, and I think that gave us a big advantage.
And we're joined by today's winning team owner, Coach Joe Gibbs. Joe, tell us a bit about your view of the race today from where you were sitting.
Well, I really appreciate these two guys. Did a great job today for us, Combos and Mars. It was great for them to come on board with us this year. It's been fantastic. I was kidding around with a couple of guys. Felt so bad for Home Depot and FedEx and Denny and Tony in a race like this where you wreck two cars. But these guys did a great job all day, and I agree with Steve and the guys. I thought it was a total team effort. I think Kyle will be the first one to tell you that. I'm watching those guys on pit road. They were jacked, and those things were about 12.6, 12.7, all of our pit stops. And that's a young group we got. We're really proud of them. And I think that was, it gave us some spacing. And like Kyle said, Biffle was, awesome. And so was Carl for at different parts in there. So we just got our stuff going at the right time.
We'll now open it up to questions from the media. Again, as courtesy, state your name and affiliation. We'll start with Bob and come over here to Vince.
Bob Margolis, Yahoo Sports. Kyle, how critical was it today to be out front and not be behind guys where you couldn't really catch up to them?
Well, I think it was pretty critical, definitely, because they're on that last pit stop. We come out of the pits behind Truex there and couldn't pass him. I rode behind the sixth-place car for 60 or 70 laps there, so I couldn't get by him. But I just had to run my own line, run my own pace, and keep it glued to the bottom as best as I could, and just keep going through the corners and not getting too loose off and wearing out the tires or anything like that. So fortunately for me, it was all the pit crew that was able to gain us stuff.
Carl and Greg talked about getting behind guys with this car, especially at this track, and it's almost like hitting a wall. Did you experience that same situation when you were running behind them?
Yeah, mainly I did experience it a little bit behind Greg there when we were running fast lap times up front in the beginning of the race. He'd just pull away because he had fresh air. And then myself, I was just I couldn't really hold on to it. I think I was overdriving a little bit, and then Carl got by me, and then I'd fall back from Carl a little bit just to get, I don't know, probably 0.7 of a second back is where my car felt comfortable again. It just, once you get up to within their wake, their buffer, it's just the car doesn't feel as secure, it doesn't feel as comfortable without having the air going over it, the little amount of air that does go over it. And so, it's kind of frustrating when you can't gain on somebody, and you couldn't go to the top and try to pick up any lap time around the top because it's just too long around and the cars are too tight.
Quick follow-up, Steve. What do you do when that situation happens? Is there something you can do?
No, you battle for track position. That's the big plan, is just try to keep your track position during the whole race. We'd freed the car up and we'd get too loose off. So there's a fine line you've got to walk there. You've got to just try to think your strategy out on keeping your track position all day long. 2 tires or 4 tires, you got to make the right call there.
We're going to go Vince, Bob, Dave, and they'll go upstairs, and we'll come back down. Go ahead.
Kyle, congratulations on the win. You've been bad fast from the drop of the green flag for the whole season. Seems like you're so excited you want to overdrive the car. So how do you keep yourself composed? Is it that easy to drive when you're out front? And Steve, how do you keep him calmed down? And lastly, Coach, for you, how were you able to get a rein in all these Toyotas, because you got 3 fast ones out in the field every week?
Well, for me, I believe that there's a way that you drive the trucks, there's a way that you drive the nationwide cars, and that's full out as fast as you can go. The harder you go, the faster you go. And then these cars here, you got to pace yourself a little bit. You got to slow them down. You can drive them hard for about the first 3 or 4 laps, and then you just got to start backing off and start slowing down, slowing up your entry, slowing down the center, just kind of moseying around the corner just to try to make the thing stick in one particular groove. And I found something that's worked for me here recently in the past few weeks, and we've been I think I found it at Darlington. I won there, and then I finished 3rd at Lowe's, and then we won here again today. So we're gaining on the car as well too, but I think a lot of it is a little bit of driver, and you got to stay calm when you can, and you got to get going when the time's right and when you can get riled up.
I just let him go. No, I just let him go, and he learns for himself on having to slow the car down. He wants me to fix it to go wide open, and it's just you can't do it. And we work on it, and he puts it to the point of where it works, and that's why it works so well.
Yeah, you're talking about fast Toyotas. I think our drivers, I think the world of our drivers. And to get Kyle and see the way he's hit it off with Steve, that is great chemistry. And there are also, as we mentioned, some very young guys on our pit crew there with that group. So I'm so excited about that. I think it's, you got Tony and Denny, are good teammates, and obviously can win any race too. So we've been blessed with good drivers. I think our crew chiefs have just done a fantastic job. And then is the thing I like about this is a team sport. It's everybody back home working on everything. Mark and everybody flogging the motors. Everybody in every aspect of our race shop, deserve a lot of the credit, and certainly Toyota and TRD have been great partners for us. So I think up here in pro sports, it's little by little, it's everything. Certainly our drivers have a major deal in making it happen.
We'll go to Bob Pockers.
Bob Pockers, NASCAR scene. Kyle, heard maybe something happened with your helmet over the weekend, that it got taken and you got it back, but can you kind of explain what happened? And did it matter to you? Do you have like a lucky helmet, or if it was gone, would you have just put another one on and gone?
Yeah, I guess, was it yesterday? Saturday night or Friday night? Friday night. Friday night, somebody snuck in the garage area with the cleanup crew and rattled the back doors on the trailer open, and dumped their beer and ice and everything all in the trailer, and went up into the lounge and stole my helmet. And there had been, I don't know, somebody saw it happen, I guess, and they told security guards outside, so they were checking everybody that was leaving the racetrack. They found him, they confiscated him, brought the helmet back, and that's all I know pretty much. No, it didn't matter. It's not a lucky helmet. It's not any of that. No, it was just the helmet I believe that we used. It was a Snickers one, wasn't it? It was one that we used at Atlanta. Used it again here today because it was orange. We didn't have an orange combos helmet, so we just had to do with what we had.
On second thought, it might be a lucky helmet.
It might be one now, I guess. So,
let's get it back.
We got it, and we're gonna be putting the reins on that puppy. That's probably the one Steve wants after the year's over.
Oh yeah.